Coming to you live from wherever the heck Jeremy wants to bring it to you from. This is Live with 55. What is up, everybody? Welcome to this impromptu episode of Live with 55. Look, I got Wes hopping in here real quick, who always happens to just pop off when we're not doing. Like,
that was a total. I clicked Brown's message by accident and it took me out.
oh, and look, Jeff hopped in here too. What's good, Jeff?
Yo,
Fresh off work. It's icing outside, y'all. Be careful.
There we go. Look, we're glad to do a really quick episode for y'all. We're not going to get into anything too deep. Do want to promote a couple things we got going on this weekend, at some point this weekend, and I'm trying to get it together. Look, we had Teddy Bridgewater set for episode 200 of the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast. He's asked for a couple more weeks. We can't wait for a couple more weeks, so we will have episode 200, but it will feature my main man, Steve Rummage. It will feature childhood best friend, DeJuan Wheat, little basketball great DeJuan Wheat. And
One of my favorite players.
Last but not least, one of my, and this is my favorite announcement out of all of them. He's a Louisville Football Hall of Famer. If you've listened to the show before, you know who took me on my official visit. I had three people that were kind of my big brother, so to speak, on my OV, my official visit. This guy's one of them. He's a Louisville football legend. He's a Miami Dolphins legend. And he is a Super Bowl winning coach with the Kansas City Chiefs. It's the incomparable Sam Madison will be on the show with us.
Let's go.
So we're going to have a fire. Like I told you, we're not going to do episodes, the ones that are 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. It's going to be special. And when I couldn't get Teddy to come on, I had to make it up to y'all. So I got a couple of Louisville legends and Steve Rummage to do this with us. So we're going to have a good time. No, Steve's a legend too. Going to have a good time. Guys, how's y'all's week been? We ain't talked since Sunday. How y'all been, Jeff?
A little bit of up, a little bit of down. Boston College kind of was a letdown game, but it is what it is.
Same. It's been up and down. I can't complain too much.
Listen,
but I'm good.
Today's been up and down because our baseball team lost the first game of the season. So obviously they need to all just be fired and sent straight to
I know, right?
Pluto.
That's some coaching. Should have had them prepared.
Yeah. They are actually right now up 3-1 at the end of the seventh against UConn.
Okay.
They're playing in South Florida. Here's the fun fact. We are 0-1 with Tom Jurich in attendance for a baseball game this year, so we're hoping to turn that around. Wes, Tom Jurich is in the building in Florida for this mini tournament that Louisville's in. Mini showcase. It's not a tournament because they don't play, and then there's not a winner. We have another game tomorrow, I believe. It's either tomorrow or Sunday. They doubled up today because there was supposed to be inclement weather either tomorrow or Sunday. In the building, what's good, Antron? What's good, Corey? Premium subscriber Corey Massey and Cashmere. It was good to see you at the game the other day, my dude. I appreciate all y'all's love and support. And again, this is an impromptu episode, so we are just sitting here to entertain you all. We wanted to introduce what we got coming up on Sunday. We think it's Sunday, so keep your notifications on. Again, DeJuan and Steve are good for Sunday. We're trying to work around Sam's schedule. If it gets to be too difficult, we'll just pre-tape with Sam and go live with the other two. But we're going to have something for you all here in the next few days. We're really, really excited about it. And let's see. Shout out to Miss Jocelyn wants to shout out. Okay. Shout out to Brandon Huntley Hatfield and Zan Payne. Good to hear Zan talk. BHH. Brandon Huntley Hatfield has grown exponentially. And I told him this after the game the other day. I said, dude, I'm so proud of how you've grown throughout the year and the improvement that I see. It's been great to see because he was one of the people that I was the hardest on at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
I know the coaches were, I know. Look, sis, I know you're at work, but sometimes we just got to do impromptu stuff y'all know I'm very, very famous for being at home, and I get done with my 9 to 5. It's not 9 to 5, it's earlier than that. And then I get bored. And then I hit up Wes. I'm like, you want to do a show, bro? And he's like, yeah, let's do a show. So we hop on here for a few minutes. We're not going to take too much of y'all's time, but we did want to come and entertain you all, first off. Secondly, again, we got the big show, episode 200 of the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast. Episode 200 should have been hit a long time ago, but we had, let's see, my dad passed away, which put us off for a little while. Then I was in the hospital for 4 months, which put us behind schedule a little bit. And then I think, have we done one episode this year of the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast? And the rest have been live with 55s?
Pretty much.
It's something like
Yeah,
that. I believe we
did
did
one.
one of the main, and the rest have been the side piece, which we don't mind being a side piece because sometimes side pieces do it better. It is what it is. You have more fun with the side piece. Okay, I'm going to get in trouble. Michelle says BHH admitted that he basically wasn't listening to what he was being told. Sometimes it takes a minute to get it. Absolutely. Look, we're not going to talk about the coaching stuff today. We're going to save a little bit of that. We'll talk a little bit about coaching on CSZ Podcast, and then we'll do since Sundays when we normally do live. We've been doing live with 55 on Sunday mornings because the CSZ Podcast has been on hiatus. So what we'll probably do is we'll probably do live with 55 Tuesday night as a pregame interlude up to the Notre Dame game Wednesday night. And we'll have a good time doing that. I also want to give a shout out to my cousin. He started so my cousin is the principal at Edmonson County High School, which is way down in the south of Kentucky. And he had a student come to him. His name's Joseph, and I've invited him to come, maybe practice with us on live with 55 because that's what we do. And he's a junior in high school, and he's interested in podcasting and doing media and stuff. And they don't have a voice down there, but he was interested in becoming the voice. Jonathan told him, "Hey, my cousin does that up in Louisville. Maybe we can get something started down here." So if y'all see me retweet, they cover the 3rd region of Kentucky high school athletics. That's where Edmonson County is in the 3rd region. I forgot what district. I know they're in the 3rd region, and my cousin's daughter is a 6'4" sophomore in high school. She's just putting up like 29, 18, and 9 every game.
Okay.
No big deal. Following in the family footsteps in big numbers, but support them. They're going to have an official podcast page. I designed the logo for them. I think it's pretty cool. We'll show that. It really irked me a lot because their mascot is the Wildcats. So I had to get a little creative. Let's see if I can show y'all on here. If I can't, it's fine. If I can, it is what it is. But let's see. I don't know if y'all can see that or not without a glare.
Yeah.
But it basically has their logo on the left, the outline of their county on the right, and then it says Wildcat Alley in the middle. I don't know if you can read that or not very well.
Yeah. All right, I can see it now. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I designed that because I told them like they wanted to name it after themselves, and I was like, well, the thing with that is, you name it after yourself, then if if the kid leaves and he doesn't come back, then you got to rename it something else afterwards. So gave them the name, gave them the design. Hopefully they roll with it. And they're doing a good job. They're doing what we're doing here. They're trying to get a voice out and entertain. And if you see me, I retweet Power 10 spaces all the time. Shout out to them. Shout out to y'all because I know y'all are part of that.
Appreciate it, bro.
Shout out to you.
Well, yeah,
Thanks.
Shout out to me. I mean, I shout out myself all the time, though. So I like to give a little, I got to shine my light on others sometimes, not all the time, though. But shout out to y'all for doing that. I know that's much appreciated in the area with all the negativity going around. And shout out to Jonathan and Joseph down there at the Wildcat. It's not, I probably shouldn't have said the name yet because I think that's something that they want to debut. So I probably just spoiled their announcement. It is what it is. I came up with it. It was up to them. It would have been named something stupid. So that's why I came in and saved. That's why I came in and saved everything. So, but I will retweet him if y'all see me. I retweet the Power 10 spaces. I retweet Jonathan and Joe's show. Let me see what actually there. So if y'all see me retweet something from the username J Williams ECHS, that is my cousin Jonathan, and they talked like last night. They had a really good show. They had the boys basketball coach down there at Edmonson County High School. He's the first-year coach, doing really well down there. They had their star player, which is my cousin. My baby cousin was on the show. And then a girls basketball player from Meade County who was like in the lead. She was like in the running for Miss Basketball in Kentucky, and she tore her ACL this week. And had her on the show, and they had a very good conversation. Again, they're having some. It was only their second episode of The Space, so it was a little rough. But they called me afterwards. I gave them some input. They loved it, and they're going to do absolutely. Shout out to Power 10, best space on Twitter, says Jay Michelle. Brian McGlasson says the only coach talk I have is if we come down to Cronin or Musselman, I'll take a year 3. Okay. Brent Kaufman says let's talk about poor taste memes. Look, I'm not going to get into that today, but I will say this: what I saw yesterday from and I'm not going to say, y'all know how I am. I'm not standoffish. I want to try to support everybody in the community, but there was a local radio personality yesterday that made fun of they will say they didn't, but made fun of the Kansas City shootings from the parade yesterday, and it was one of the most sick things. And I get it. It's not even one of those things where people are like, "Oh, come on, man." People are getting offended by it. Trust me, I'm very lenient. If you're in my presence, you can pretty much say anything under the roof to me, and I'm cool with it. I'm down with it. That's just how my humor is. That's how your humor is, Wes.
Yeah.
Jeff, I don't know if that's your humor or not. I haven't hung out with you yet, but it is what it is. But yeah, Michelle, it was horrible. It was tasteless.
Sick.
It was awful. But that's not even a line I would cross. And trust me, I cross them. I'll hopscotch. I'll diddy bop across some lines whenever it's just when the cameras aren't on. That I don't know how that guy still has a job today.
I don't either, because that was tasteless, disgusting. Just about like, how do you know? How do you, in good conscience, do that?
Listen, there's no doubt about it. The reason why, and I had lunch with our guy Steve Rummage today, and even we talked about it. The reason why 95% of the media here in Louisville are aggravated with Kenny Payne is because they have no access. And I've said this in a private conversation with you all. What's ridiculous to me is I have the most men's basketball access in this city. I'm not on a radio station, but however, my access still only equates to be about 1% access. Because the stuff, I probably get told 100% of what's going on, which stay tuned after Wes and Jeff, stay tuned after. I've got some stuff to tell y'all that I found out yesterday. But used to, it was like, okay, you can talk about this. Now it's like you can't. I've been told I can't really relate anything publicly. That's why when I used to also be very free with what I was told in our group chats, and then we had a couple of weasels that were screenshotting and sending it here and sending it to there. So I don't even really I take the time. Well, for example, don't know if y'all know this or not, but after the show the other day, I was telling them to hold tight for a second, and I got Nolan to hop on with us, and just the look on y'all's face, dude, that was. I wish I could have recorded that. Y'all's look. Everybody was just like, Wes, your mouth was open, like you was waiting on something. Pause.
Well,
you was just like you was. The time it could be technically foul if you want to. Your mouth dropped.
We got what?
Your mouth dropped. That's all I'm gonna say. Is your mouth
was starstruck.
It's true, but I wasn't waiting on anything.
Right. Oh, where's Sean when you need him with the unbelievable sound bite? But no, look, we're just here to have a good time. We're here to let y'all know episode 200 is on the way. If y'all have any things that we can, how did you get left out of what? Oh, because you're not on the show, Jay. I don't follow any Louisville radio personalities. Glad I missed it. Lee, will you follow me? And I'm a personality. Wes had me arguing crazy people. I saw that. Yeah, you are kind of a bully though. In a good way. She's a good bully. She's she ain't gonna take anybody's crap at all.
I don't say the wrong thing, player. So we all gonna get on you. She ain't even gotta be the bully no more.
I'm about to say that's the first lady of Power.
First lady.
Somebody tried to get disrespectful about our show, even though they claimed they weren't being disrespectful, and said some dumb stuff, trying to start a rivalry that doesn't even exist.
So let me ask y'all this, because I just got sent a very interesting question. Y'all know while I'm doing the show, people choose that time to call or text because they know I'm doing a show and I'm hosting the show. And of course, that's when you talk and text to me is when I'm busy doing something else. But I want to ask y'all's opinion on this. There has been so much leakage, so to speak, with Eric Musselman in Louisville this week. There was nothing prior. The people I talked to up at U of L said there was not even any contact. Chad Brocky in the building. What's good? Dwayne Cross, what up? Cardone in the building. I still ain't got no wings, bro. I need that to change. WrestleMania is coming up. I need some of them wings. You heard First Lady. Yeah, but I mean, Jay, you're the First Lady of Louisville, not just Power 10. You're the First Lady of Louisville media as a whole. I'm not even. Can I borrow some money? No, you cannot. That was the text I just got. I don't have money I don't know why people act like
Cash it. Can you cash at me $3 and I pay you back in a couple hours?
That's what
I usually get hit with.
I get. Is there any way? I know you're tired of me asking, and these are full disclosure. These are my nieces, okay?
Yeah.
And is there any? I know you don't have any extra money right now because you ain't really worked that much. But can I borrow $20? If not, it's okay. I'm like, I've done told y'all little heifers to stop asking me for money because I don't have it right now. And I feel bad telling y'all no when I've never told y'all no a day in my life. But then they want to make me feel bad by asking me and then adding that at the end. Look, Peggy's even in on it. It's not like
like, man, love my people, but sometimes it's just not the time, especially when I'm in the middle of paying bills, bro. It's like if I got it, I'll give it, no hesitation. But it's
facts.
like, bro, all the time, like my big brother live in Illinois will text me out of nowhere. I'm in the middle of paying bills first two weeks of the month. He, look, bro, can you cash app me so and so for gas and this and that? And I'm like, bro, it's early, not now.
Listen, here's where I made the mistake. So, those of y'all that have followed my show for a long time know that when I first started the show, we were in an apartment in Shepherdsville, broke as blank. Before I got my big shot with 93.9, before my wife graduated from college and got her nursing gig, we were paycheck to paycheck, just like most people are. And what I made the mistake of is I got a really good realtor. And I know what you're thinking. Well, how's that a mistake? Well, let me lay it down for you. My realtor found somebody that got a job offer to move to Colorado, and they had to sell their house by the end of the week.
Oh.
And I got my house for like 50% of the worth.
Oh, that's sweet.
So it looks like I have a lot of money. I don't have a lot of. I'm not living like that. And plus, I've been off work for a year, and Teresa ain't been travel nursing since I got sick. So, look, I'm saying all that to say this: stop hitting me up for money. No, I'm just kidding. And you're right, Jocelyn. I will give in. They got me wrapped. It is what it is. But I try to teach. Listen, I try to teach my nieces lessons such as they don't need to depend on dudes for money and stuff like that. So sometimes I do have to say no because I don't want them thinking, well, if he says yes all the time, that means that everybody will say yes because that just ain't the way. That ain't the way things work. Though we got off on a little tangent there. Of course, Michelle always gets us off track. You know, Michelle's that loud one in the space as she was described last night. So
right, try to say she's rude to everybody and stuff. I met Jocelyn when I was 19, bro. She's one of the sweetest people you could meet. Because we had a meet and greet for one of our Facebook groups back in the day, and we had a little get together at Beef O'Brady's.
Nice.
And I've known Jocelyn ever since. She's nice. She's one of the nicest people you could ever meet, bro. She's a sweetheart.
How can someone bully you in a space where you can only use your voice? All you got to do is cut it off or not be in
help me understand.
Listen, I just recently, I would say that I've only known Jocelyn for about a year and a half, 2 years, maybe since the pandemic, maybe a little bit long. The pandemic gets my mind when I start thinking about time and stuff. Sometimes the pandemic skews my time frame because I think it feels like it's been so long ago, but yet it feels like it was just right back just a little bit ago. So sometimes my times can, it's skewed a little bit. But I know that I have met her since 2020, just from listening to Marcus's midnight. Shout out to the Midnight family, and then y'all doing y'all spaces. So yeah, I consider her to be one of my really good friends now, and I love her. She's really nice. She's sweet. I would not, but she's not going to take anybody's BS. That's the thing about it. She's not going to let you step the wrong way. If she sees you stepping incorrectly, she's going to make sure she straightens that line up for you.
Hey, and she tried to say I got her into it with somebody. Nah, I didn't tag you in. You hit me with the phantom tag. You just hit me with the when I'm standing at the turnbuckle. You just hit me over the shoulder and tagged yourself in.
Well,
but not
bad news really quickly. The Connecticut Huskies have tied it up with 2 solo home runs in the 8th inning. We are headed to the 9th. It's 3-3. We're going to have to fire KP, Dan McDonald, Jeff Wallace, everybody after this one if we lose the first 2 today. People will say KP's got more wins than Dan McDonald does at this point.
Is there any coach besides the volleyball coach who we haven't said should be fired this year?
No. And I joke about that because with baseball, listen, with baseball, he's the best we're ever going to get, and I'm okay. Just like with Daddy Bus Boom Kelly, I'll rock with her to the end of time. With sports like that are major sports, but they don't get a lot of major coverage. Those guys Jeff Wallace has it made. As long as he wants to be here, he'll be here. Hey, what's up, Jessica? In the building. Josh says, but then they said they will say whatever they want to, but I'm not allowed to. For sure. It will all be KP's fault, no doubt. But yeah, here's one thing we'll talk about really quick, and then we'll hop off here because I didn't want to take a whole bunch of y'all's time or the public's time either. Feel like social media has been, as much as I love it for bringing us all together like it has, and I apologize. I know I don't sound up to 100%. I've had like a little cold the last few days. My nose will run for an hour, be stopped up for an hour. So I'm in the stopped up portion of the program. But I really feel like sometimes social media has allowed people who have no business talking the ability to talk. And they make things like there are literally people on Twitter right now calling for Dan McDonald's head. And we're on day 1 of the season. I mean, that's ignorant.
That's ridiculous.
I'll be honest with you. I was talking to Nolan the other night, and I told him when this is all set, when I decide to hang up the microphone. Hold on, real quick. Woo! When I decide to hang up the microphone, I may deactivate my Twitter. I'll give all y'all my number. Y'all can all text me. We can still stay cool, but it's just there's no positivity. No. Love you too, sis. It's just no positivity. Everybody overreacts. Appreciate the shout out from the Power 10. Okay, the first response is from Brittany. Says that her boobs are in her bio. So let's go. I don't know who that is.
Thank you.
I'll send that information to y'all. Just kidding. Shout out to here's how you take care of that. Block Brittany.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave and come and join again. I can't hear y'all for some reason.
Okay.
Okay, we can hear you. You can't hear us.
But nah, that was I'll wait till Jeff comes back in. But nah, the thing that I got into it with somebody about is because they tried to compare us to Third Banner and be like, no, we're not gonna be on parity, and Third Banner's on at the same time. And I'm like, and we were all in there just like, dude, what? This isn't a competition. Everybody's doing their own thing, and dude tried to say it's because we try to stop anybody from talking negative about KP. I'm like, no.
Well, here's my thing. Even if you do, that's your right. That's y'all's programming. Yeah. Just like on my show, you can come here and talk stupid, but I'm going to limit it because those are my people up there. Regardless of how stupid they're acting, they're my people, and this is a show of positivity. I don't want any negativity on this.
Yeah.
That's about you. So even if you all did limit what was being said, that's y'all's prerogative. That's y'all's stuff. That's your space.
Jeremy, the crazy thing is it's power 10. It's 10 of us. More than half of us don't even want KP. Like, we argue with each other just like we argue with other people. Like, all of us do not have the same opinion about what KP should be doing or what Josh should do with the situation. So that's how I know people don't listen to us.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
So here's what I want to close. Here's what I want to close this up with. Let's go ahead. I see you're about to say something. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Now, I was just gonna say, like me and you have discussed, there's constructive criticism, and then there's just being an a-hole.
Absolutely.
That's
Absolutely. You can be again, talked about this at lunch. There's a difference between being critical and being a jack end. And some people don't know that line. Here's what I want to close out with today, because again, we got plenty of time this weekend for more programming. We got the 200th episode of the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast with my guys, Steve Rummage, DeJuan Wheat, Sam Madison, coming to y'all sometime this weekend. We're not really sure, but it will be coming up soon. Just got to wait out. Sometimes that's the worst part about having guests, is if it's somebody you really want to be on the show, you got to pre-tape them, which I hate pre-taping, because then you all, the audience, can't interact with them. Jeff Ramsey, offense better, defense. Oh, offense is better, defense is god awful. Well, I don't know if you're talking about basketball or baseball, but I feel like it's applicable in both sports right now. Let's close out with this. Again, this last week, and I started talking about this earlier, and then Miss Jocelyn. Oh, Wes Brocky down in here. What's up, CSZ? What's good, brother? Listen, I love Wes. Wes is a great dude. I ran into him last night with his daughter at OVW, and they had a meet and greet to meet Mick Foley from 4 to 7 o'clock last night. And there were probably it was like $35 per meet and greet, and there were like 1,000 people out there in line. It was nuts. But shout out to Wes. Appreciate him as always. But there's been a lot of smoke this week about Musselman. And what I want to ask you, and I'm gonna go with Jeff first, because I normally ask you all the questions, Wes. A lot of smoke with Musselman again last couple of weeks. His name was floated out, but it was immediately shot down that he wasn't even on our list and I still don't know that he's on our list. But I'm anxious to hear y'all's opinion on it. Do y'all think that he is really a possibility at this point, or do y'all think, like I feel like there's a smoke screen being put out? I feel like all this talk about Musselman is a smoke screen to either get everybody's mind off the fact that Kenny may be retained. Jeff, what do you think?
It's kind of hard to tell, just because of how, I don't know, I guess how random everything is. As far as 1 week it's Musselman, next week it's this guy, this week, we're gonna do that type of thing. But I kind of feel this is how I kind of feel. I think that Musselman probably does want to get out of Arkansas. Is it for Louisville? I don't know. That's just kind of how I feel about it. I feel like he's running from whatever turmoil is going on in Arkansas, and he's gonna take what's best for him. Not necessarily, like, you know what I'm saying? I think he might leave Arkansas, but I don't necessarily think that it's 100% that he wants to come to Louisville.
Wes, what about you? Do you feel like this is just because my thing about it, and I just started thinking about it today, honestly. I think this is just a smokescreen. I think Kenny Payne gets his third year. I'm not guaranteeing he gets a third year, but Muss is not the guy for Corey. Let me take that logo off the top so that way we can see all the new comments. I'm trying something different today, so y'all will have to. Oh no, that's part of the graphic. I can't take that off. Well, once somebody else comments, we'll be able to see Corey's comment. Corey says Muss is not the guy for him. I don't know that Muss is the guy at all. Again, I think that this is a humongous smoke screen. I think one of two things. I think either KP's coming back for a third year. What's up, Brandon? Or I think he's already got his. I think he already had. I think Josh already has his decision for next year.
That's what I was gonna say. Honestly, it could be a smoke screen, some people have compared it like, oh, Chris Mack was the guy when they said he was the guy. KP was the guy when they said he was the guy. So it's 50-50. It could be a smokescreen. Who knows? Josh may have somebody else lined up that he just doesn't want anybody to think about, and he could backdoor everybody. Like, and just somebody else shows up. But it could be
Yeah,
KP.
like that guy from McNeese. The guy from McNeese.
Anybody's possible.
We'll talk about all that. We're going to talk about the because I'm going to tell y'all my top 4, and I'm going to leave it at that, and then we'll go into in-depth discussion next Live with 55. That's all we'll do the next episode of Live with 55 is discuss the coaching search, our coaching wish list for everybody. Really quickly, Dwayne says he thinks KP gets a third. I would try to put him up on the board, but it just didn't look right with all of our graphics. Cardone is not feeling the Muss bus either. Jocelyn says Muss might be trying to get more money, or like Jeff says, he's running from something. Absolutely, that could be headed to the bottom of the ninth. All right, so Louisville's going to have a chance to win this one. Going to the bottom of the ninth, tied at 3 with the Huskies. But here's my top picks in no particular order are Eric Musselman, because I know that Muss and Nolan together will be a problem for the NCAA.
Yeah.
My second pick, I would say, would be Jerome Tang. My third pick is Will Wade. I said no order, and then I'm giving them in an order, so it is what it is. I don't feel good. It's whatever. I think Will Wade is I like the fact that he's young and that he doesn't have any dreams of going on to a bigger. I mean, this is a big job. This is the biggest job that he could get. He won't leave us for anybody else. And I'm probably going to get a lot of backlash for this, but y'all know I don't hold my tongue. I'm going to say what I got to say. No, Antron, Shaka, and Scott Drew have already politely, just like Jay Wright, have taken themselves out of consideration for this job.
Put the dreams to bed.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yep.
My shocker, my out of left field pick is Richard Pitino Jr.
I knew it.
I knew it. I think that Lil Rick could bring back all the severed ties in the community as far as donors, the people that left because Pitino left. I think he could do a lot of good here. He also wouldn't leave here for anywhere else but the pros. He's already got a lot of support here in Louisville. I do not like Mick Cronin at all. He is not for me. He is not the pick. He's a
Never
prick.
will be the pick.
He's a prick. He was to me anyway, personally. When I was working up there with the basketball team, he was a complete douche canoe to me. So it's personal with me. That's why he's not the pick for me. Dwayne Cross says, does the Carter Knox thing look promising? Yeah, if Kenny's retained for year 3, Carter's ours. How long have I told y'all that? Since December?
Yep.
November?
Yeah, since before
right
anybody
after
had
the
a will.
Kentucky game. Literally, right after the Kentucky game, when everybody was talking about how Carter magically appeared.
No. Nah, I feel like 55 been saying that before the UK game. He's been saying that before the UK game.
Probably was.
Yeah, I was saying he was probably ours before, but it was confirmed to me right after it was his visit was the day after the UK game.
Yeah.
So yeah, it looks promising, and also something that I did not know. I was part of a conversation the other day that I'm going to tell the guys about after the show, but I can't tell y'all about, where I learned that we are top 15 guy that we're going to get if Kenny's kept. So Carter did sign a deal with Adidas. A couple of guys did. And I know people have been talking about online, well, Haley signed an Adidas deal and she plays at a Nike school. Well, the rules are different with women's basketball because they don't get as many opportunities as the men get. Mm-hmm. So they're allowed to do that. You're not allowed to do that in men's college basketball. You cannot represent a Nike. In case in point, there's a young man named Ian Jackson that is signed to North Carolina, a Nike school, who signed the Adidas deal. So there's speculation that he may decommit from North Carolina and find a new home. So it is what it is. Tucker Biven takes the mound for you. Oh, wait a minute. UConn is up to bat. So 1 out, 1 on, bottom of the ninth. So they're going to get a chance to walk us off, which, if we know anything about Louisville baseball, it's probably what's going to happen. It is what it is. Fire him and KP and everybody for that loss. 2 losses today. I mean, KP's never even lost 2 games in one day.
Exactly. Come on, Dan.
Come on. Step it up. But I just feel like this is a huge smokescreen. Get all of our minds off of the Kenny Payne situation. Get everybody hyped for Musselman, and then they pull the rug out from underneath us. It's either going to be Musselman, it's going to be Kenny gets a 3rd year, or it's going to be a complete out of left field hire. But I feel like Jones has already got it taken care of. I really do.
Do you think dang, what was I about to say? Do you think that he's doing all his Musselman talk is to keep the angry fans happy?
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I was talking about earlier. It just like dawned on me. I was sitting there at lunch and I looked at Steve and I was like, bro, this is just a smokescreen. Like they're trying, because I'll tell you this much. I can tell you this for a matter of fact, and I won't get in trouble because I've had multiple people tell me this, and I've heard it from the man himself. Kenny has been told he's getting a year 3. No. Does that mean it's true? No. It could be a situation where he was told that to keep him calm throughout the rest of the season, to keep him from quitting, giving up, yada, yada, yada. It is what it is. He's been told he's getting a year 3. So he feels like that's the case.
He moved. He started rebuilding like he was going to get 3 years. Everybody wonders why he went young. But I mean, if you understand that, he was supposed to get 3 years, that's why he chose to kind of go young. Not saying it was right. I'm just saying I see what he was thinking.
Which is what, again, if you follow the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast from the jump, we told you all when this first signed that it was going to be a 3-year minimum project. Now, did we know that it was going to go this bad the first 2 years? Absolutely not. Had no idea that we weren't going to get 20 wins in 2 seasons. And I'm being very generous by saying that.
Basically, like you put it, this is going 1 or 2 ways. I mean, it can go 3. But he's either pulling the rug out from under Kenny or he's going to pull the rug out from under us. It's going either way.
I agree.
Well, not us, it's them, because we ain't going to be no matter who the coach is, we're never going to boycott and protest. So, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
We're not, but there is a section of Louisville's fans. And I hate to say this, and I'm not grouping them all together. You people know who I'm talking about. Yeah, I said you people. I'm talking about the youth, the younger part, the younger part of the fan base, because they have been raised to think, well, if you don't win it this year, you suck. And they live in a microwave society. We don't. We've been around. It's like I tell people all the time. I remember growing up, sitting in the parking lot tailgating for a Louisville football team who was the bye game. Every week we had number 1 Penn State 1 week, number 1 Florida State the next week, number 2 Tennessee the next week, and then number 4 Virginia Tech the next week, and we got blasted every game. Penn State beat us like 77-0 here. Yes. It was ridiculous. And I never ever thought that we get to a point to where we were competing for a national championship in football, and here we are. We're on the cusp of that. Same thing, reverse that in basketball. I saw how my first 15 years as a Louisville fan, I thought you got to Final Fours every other year. You got championships every 6 years. It was like, okay, let's do it. Now I don't see a point to where I feel like we're going to get back to that very quickly, but I'm okay with that because I know it takes time to build a solid foundation. No updates on baseball. I'm going to keep that updated as I can. But yeah, absolutely think that there is a smoke screen going on. Once again, we want to thank our guy Paul out at Mossy Oak Properties at Heart Realty for sponsoring the text line. Jocelyn says just when a good fit, period, whether it's KP or not. Our premium subscriber, Robert Holt, says, let's get a title, baby. Absolutely. You know what? I was going to wait to announce this on the Cardinal Sports Zone show, but I'm going to do it now. We want to shout out our latest sponsor, our newest sponsor for the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast, our guy George. He owns Bear Nose by the Bridge. Bear Nose new sponsor, Cardinal Sports Zone Podcast. We are going to have a CSZ Podcast / Live with 55 meal at the end of the season. I think we're doing it. Didn't we decide after the last regular season game, Wes?
Is that the March 9th game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're trying to do it that day. Everybody tried to plan something on that day instead, Wes.
Hey, whoa.
No, I'm wowing. Come on. What you got?
Yeah, like I told you, baby girl's birthday party.
So whose fault is it that her birthday's around that point? It wasn't my fault. I didn't conceive her then.
I was about to say, don't use conception and timetable against me.
Listen, that's all I have at this point. But no, they not only do they have some of the best service, they got some of the best pizza in the city, and we're proud to be sponsored, to be partnering with them for the rest of the basketball season, all the way through the end of March Madness, whether we're in it or not. Yes, I said that, even though I know it's very unlikely, but I not only do I believe we can fly, but I'm always going to believe until there ain't a chance to believe anymore. Yes, Michelle, you bullied your way into the end of the season dinner. Again, it's going to be, I think we decided March the 9th at 2:00 at Bear Nose by the bridge. Huh?
I thought you said it 3.
Did I?
It's going to be 2?
I don't know. Whatever I said is what it is. You can look. I'm hosting a show. You look it up. I don't know.
I saw you say 3. Come on. Okay. What are we talking about here?
Okay, we'll do 3. But anyway, one thing I will say, and this is not just because they're a new sponsor, the new location of it is awesome. It's a lot. I know before it was sitting right next to Yum, but it took forever to walk across that little area there with all the bridges and traffic. It's about a block up from the Yum Center, and it's really like a 3-minute walk away from the Yum Center. You walk right across the street into the LG&E garage.
Yep.
And take a right, and it's right there on the corner opposite of the old spaghetti factory. So it's really easy to get to. And yes, Miss Jocelyn, you are invited to it. We're gonna have a good time. Oh snap! Did they walk us off? They did. 0-2 are the baseball cards.
Well,
it's been real, Dan. We gotta
Hold on, let's do what they always do. Can Jeff Walls coach baseball?
Yeah, I know, right?
Can Jeff
Can Jeff Brom coach baseball?
Huh?
Can Jeff Brom coach baseball?
You know what? That's the new one, Jeff Brom. Can Jeff Brom coach? Look, I got a ton of stuff to tell the guys after the show. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna let y'all finish up. Any questions y'all have, throw it in the chat, in the Mossy Oak Properties Heart Realty chat, and we'll answer. We're gonna go about 5 more minutes. And then, man, I got a lot of stuff to tell the fellas. The Brom effect is real. Absolutely, Miss Jocelyn.
Hey.
Wes, do you have anything final you want to talk about? Again, we were only supposed to go about 10 minutes. We went about 30. No, we went 40.
We knew we were going to do that.
Yeah, we do it all the time. We're actually going to go about 45 minutes accidentally, so it is what it is.
Hey, that's because we have fun doing this, man.
You feel me? We just shooting the shit. I mean, the stuff. Sorry.
You gotta hit the censor button, Jeff.
I don't have a censor button on here. Look.
I know. We
thoughts and words of Jeff Left are not necessarily the thoughts and comments of the rest of us here. Y'all are wild as L. Absolutely. Send the link for the post-show chat. Oh, yeah, I got you, Antron. No. Jeff. Wes, you got anything you want to talk? Anything you want to address before we hop off here?
No. Besides that, you already promoted our space, of course. I mean, Power 10, everybody knows about that. Had Curry Hicks Sage that was on LSL. Whether it be, was it last week?
About a week or two ago, I think.
About a week ago. Talking some coaching stuff last night. Great show. I wasn't there long, had a family emergency, so I had to jump out. But yeah, if you haven't tuned in, go tune in.
Jeff? Your last words, I mean ever on the show?
Jeff left cancer.
My last words is I'm sorry for what I just said, and then also I would I would like to say for everybody who's kind of I guess in feeling in limbo or not knowing how to feel about the basketball situation, just enjoy the games. Just enjoy the fellas while they're here, because who knows what's going to happen next year.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
good
Look,
point.
it's okay to support the team and not like what's going on. You don't have to. These kids deserve our support. They really do. Uh, Sky's working his butt off to get back earlier than he should be. These guys have a lot of heart. They love the school. They love the team. They're just learning. They're one of the 5 youngest teams in college basketball this year, and people are acting like they're one of the 5 oldest teams. It is what it is. Really quickly from the chat line, Jeff Ramsey. Problem I have with baseball, we went from Super Regionals and College World Series to not making the tournament 2 out of 3 years. But one of those years was because of COVID, and they canceled the tournament. So we really can't blame them for that. But, yeah, tough season. Robert said, premium subscriber Robert Holt says he's got the first pitcher of beer at the CSZ end of the year pre-party. Cardon's laughing. Quentin McCauley says there are a lot bigger things going on in everybody's life than Louisville sports. We just want a space to come to and enjoy and talk about success. And look, y'all have that with them at Power 10. Y'all have that here with us live at 55 and the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast. We're here to bring you the best of sports coverage in Louisville. Shout out to our guys, as always, Marcus and Steve, doing the Lord's work every day from 10 to noon on ESPN 93.9 The Ville. I would name everybody else. I don't want to leave anybody out, so I won't do that. Jocelyn says, facts, Jeff. I'm out. Love y'all. We love you too, sis. Once again,
Love you too, Miss Jocelyn.
Once again, at J Williams ECHS. They did their second space last night and got 262 people to tune in. So I told them that was pretty good for only their second space ever. Trying to see what their first space got. So I'm trying to give them a little love because, that's family, and you want to promote family. Yeah, man. Lil Cousins killed it. 6 days ago, she had 22 points, 16 boards, and 5 blocks. In her last game, she had 29 points, 19 boards, and 9 blocks.
Wow.
Are the girls tall in your family too, Jeremy?
Yeah. My grandma was 6 foot tall. My mom was. She's getting older, so she's getting a little bit shorter. She's 5'11" now. All the females in my family were tall. Their first space they did, by the way, I just found it, 475 listeners. So told them they were doing a good job, and they really got an opportunity down there. They live in a county where my family pretty much my uncle runs the funeral home. My cousin is the principal at the high school. My other baby cousins, they run various businesses in the area. They know all the business owners down there, so they should have no problems not only making a living out of doing this, but being able to provide information, because they really have a monopoly on that area. Thank you, Brandon. We appreciate you. But yeah, Jay Williams, ECHS, he does a good job. I wouldn't just say that. He is the principal of Evans County High School, and other than my brother, the only other male cousin I have. I've got 7 female cousins, and then it's me, my brother, and him. And I am the shortest out of us 3, which I love to brag about because I am 6'6.5", and still the shortest that there is. But yeah, Jonathan and Joseph, they go on every Thursday night at 9:00 Eastern time, 8:00 their time. Make sure you tune in and join them. Again, I'll retweet anytime they go live. They've got a set time. They go every Thursday at 8 p.m. Central Time. So just know that. Set y'all's clocks to that if y'all enjoy listening to high school basketball talk. They have a very unique. I mean, we always talk about our view from city to the county. They got a different view from county to the city. So if you enjoy Kentucky high school hoops, you'll enjoy their show. They got some good things going on there. And as always, I'll retweet it every time I see Power 10 go live. I may not be able to join every time because I got stuff going on, but I'll retweet. I've already poached a couple people from that site, so I have no problems poaching more.
Anytime.
Listen, I appreciate y'all. I enjoy y'all's company. That's why I have y'all in here with me. Again, when we created that chat, which has been about 3 weeks ago now, I picked some. In my opinion, I picked the newest, best youngest, brightest people that I've been listening to around the city that I thought may not get a bigger opportunity just because they didn't really have a lot of connections or a lot of pull or a lot of experience. And I'm like, I want to do something for them. Not so I can get any credit, so y'all can pat me on the back because this is the last day, but because I remember how it was when we first started. It took us 2 years to even get on credentials list for the University of Louisville. Even though we were on the air with 93.9 a year and a half in, they still wanted to see if we were going to last before we got. So it was so hard for us to get started. Even with me being a former football player, Marcus being a former basketball player, it took us a while. Like I invited Marcus and Parent to come on as guest hosts every other week, so that would help out our profile. And then finally, they're like, "All right, y'all mean business. Y'all gonna be around." And here we are, 13 years later, still around, still killing it. And I want to do these things for y'all. And I've always been like that, though. If anybody's ever asked me any questions, I've been willing to help them out. But with everything going on with my health last year, with my dad's the year before, it's kind of opened my eyes up. Like let's do what we can for everybody else. So this is in good shape because I don't know how much longer I'm gonna do this. I'll do it as long as I can, but and I'm ready to chill and I'm ready to just enjoy myself and relax. And I don't know how much time none of us know how much longer we got. So I want to try to enjoy what I got left. So I'm trying to make sure this next generation of podcast hosts and radio in Louisville are set up real nice, and I feel real comfortable with the guys I put into that chat. We haven't got to showcase all of them yet because
Dun dun dun.
He didn't even spell his own name right. This is how you know fake.
Hold on, wait. I don't see it.
No, you
Yeah, I
can't
don't see
see
it
it
either.
because I have the overlay on. Let me see if I take the overlay off.
Higgy, if you so much as
Oh, where's is it because I don't have it? No, you're too close. Nope, don't like that either. I don't know. The names aren't showing up for whatever reason. It says Huggy.
Wait, autocorrect.
Oh, he changed it. That's what he was doing when he's shaking the phone around. Okay. What's up, Higgy? How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. On the way to the airport.
On the way to the airport. For what?
Yep. Picking up some fam.
Okay. Cool.
You in the 18-wheeler, Higgy?
No.
Oh, big truck.
No,
I wish I was an 18-wheeler.
What kind of car do you drive, Higgy?
I got an Escape.
So he's like in the littlest. His big butt is in the littlest SUV you can literally buy.
Not that he used the Dory from Finding Nemo. Escape.
Let's see what we got. Okay. We'll start snowing. I did not know it was supposed to start snowing tonight. So we're supposed to get some snow here in the Ville about 6 o'clock.
Yeah, it ain't gonna be much. It's been beautiful all week, so there's that.
Well, we're about to get thunderstorms down here in Nashville.
Oh man.
Well, that sucks. You got anything you want to add before we bounce out of here, Higgy? Because we are about to get. I know why Higgy jumped on, because he was listening. He heard us talk about the private chat afterwards, and his nose was like, "Oh, I got to jump on for a few seconds."
No, I was jumping on my way to the airport here.
Right.
I thought y'all were still on, so I jumped on.
Right. We believe that. Not even
right.
Better late than never, Higgy.
Premium subscriber Corey Massey says, "Take care, fellows. Dinner and breakout room with the ladies." See y'all. Look, Corey does it big, man. I've ran out to him in public a couple times. He always looks like he's having a good time. Corey, we appreciate you and your contributions to the YouTube channel. Look, we're gonna hop out of here. We appreciate everybody's support. Appreciate all the listeners. We were gonna go for 10 minutes, and it's 55. We got to edit at 55 exactly, or what are we even doing in life? It's for my guy, the very, very late Cody, for Jeff, for what's your name? I'm just kidding. For Wes, and for myself, this has been Live with 55, and we are out of here. Trying to make sure I time it up with the 55 minutes on the nose. Let's go.
And now.
We throw them L's and you take them home. When they ring the bells, you know that it's home. The bar is set, we set setting the tone. If we set it, then set it in stone. Now sit in the seat and set up your phone. You in the car, no sports zone. Set it.